Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Dice Tower Digest, a quick look at the week's board gaming news. So we're going to start off with Fantasy Flight announcing support for huge models and epic battle modes in X-Wing 2nd Edition. So if you bought X-Wing, it mostly came with X-Wings and Y-Wings and TIE Fighters. There was giant ships. Now those giant ships, you'll be able to use the 2nd Edition and have mega humongous battles. Two new games are coming from Oink Games, Mr. Face and Tricks and the Phantom. Mr. Face actually is a pretty interesting one, kind of like Dixit, where there's some phrases and then you rearrange a face to show how that face would react to a phrase, and then players guess the phrase. I've seen it in action. It looks pretty interesting. Geek Out Disney edition is coming from the OP. This is, Geek Out is a gaming nerd thing, like I know more knowledge than you do. This is that same game, but with Disney stuff. Blue Orange Games is running the Kingdomino USA Championship at GenCon. If you win that, you get a paid trip to go to the final championship later on this year. Arkham Horror, in news no one has ever been surprised at, the card game gets another standalone adventure. This one, though, is Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. I keep saying these sound really interesting. This one also sounds interesting. This whole hotel vibe going through a spooky hotel sounds like a lot of fun. River Horse has announced Jim Henson's Labyrinth, the card game. So based on the Labyrinth, the card game, and then it's a trick-taking style game. Diana Jones' 2019 shortlist has been announced. The award list for this games, which is kind of eclectic, anything can make the list. These are the nominees this year: Dungeons & Dragons Art and Arcana, Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr, a board game, The Mind, a card game, and then Starcross, an RPG game. So you got a book, 2 board games, and a role-playing game. Which will win? Who knows? They hold the awards at GenCon. So Steve Jackson's going to be making a new version of Munchkin, this time Ducktales. Woohoo! So there you go. I like Ducktales. Rio Grande, according to Board Game Geek, has a 2nd edition of Underwater Cities from Vladimir Suchy coming. This is from Rio Grande Games, their version of it. It's going to have an extra sheet of counters. One of the biggest complaints about the game, not enough counters. And they will also include the little mini expansion that was out as a promo. Then let's see, what else do we have? Gloomhaven, early access through Steam. So the video game version of Gloomhaven. I'm not sure about all the differences for that, but if you want to find out, now's your chance to get in that early access. And if you missed the Seventh Continent Kickstarter, you can go to their store now and order it. So I only mention this. I'm not usually pointing out, where you can buy stuff. But a lot of people want to get this game. Said, "Oh, I missed the Kickstarter." Well, now it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and get it. That's all the news this week. With GenCon coming, I'm sure more is on the horizon. I'm Tom Bass, and you've been watching Dice Tower Digest.